Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As we are here on Wednesday, July 10th, 2019. I should know what month it is. My kid's birthday tomorrow.
Yikes. How old is he turning?
I should know what month it is. July 10th, 2019 for the PW Unlimited Wednesday show. As you guys hear, got Nick with me. Nicholas Baltimore in the chat says time for a new computer. No, it's not time for a new computer. This computer's a year old, not even. No, it's about a year and a half old. And it's not that the computer's messing up. It's that I did a Windows update, and for some reason this Windows update slowed down everything that basically uses graphics.
Yikes.
Like Photoshop, both of my video editors, playing games, which I don't play many games.
I will fucking personally...
Sorry for that, guys. I don't know what happened there, but my software that I use to stream just decided, hey, let's close. You didn't click anything, but I'm going to close anyways.
Let's stop.
Big middle finger to me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Everything's been like that for the last 4 days.
Gotta love OBS, baby.
OBS usually runs fine.
OBS is a weird platform, but before we continue to scream and cry, hi guys. Thanks for coming into the show. Nicholas Altmore here. Stephen Thomas is here as well. George John Cox. Tom Jasper Jr. Big man. Ken terminated by Google. I'm sorry, man. Sorry to see you got fired. Michael Martinez is here as well. We got a lot to talk about today, don't we?
We got some interesting stuff. We got 2 pay-per-views coming up this weekend. 3 if you want to count the Evolve show that's going to be streaming live on the WWE Network.
When is that streaming? Friday?
Saturday at the same time as Fight for the Fallen. You know why they're doing that.
I do.
It's at the same time.
Yeah.
According to
I forgot
Meltzer,
we talked about it last week.
According to Meltzer, they're going to do something similar during All Out. I mean, they've got the UK show airing a couple hours before All Out, and then Meltzer said that don't be surprised if you see some sort of a what's the word he used?
Network special?
No, he didn't say network special, but he said like a hold on, I'm gonna find this because it was actually pretty interesting what he said, the way he said it. Let me see if I can find the quote really fast. I think I have it
and we touched on that last week. Just a lot of people thought that WWE was rather scummy for running that show against AEW.
A counter. He said, don't be surprised if you see a counter by WWE up against All Out.
Here's the thing, though. The counter that they went with, not a fucking bad idea, man.
With the Evolve show?
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Not when they're going to stack 4 great wrestlers on it themselves, and they're probably going to be more WWE guys. Who knows?
Dude,
Daniel Bryan really show up?
They really did stack it. Thanks for $1.99 from Nicholas, and I'm going to Extreme Rules, and I'm going to see it live. I can't wait. Hey, congratulations. Have fun. Be safe. Take lots of pictures and show us, because I love that.
You think Daniel Bryan shows up at the Evolve show? I mean, he helped come up with the name Evolve.
I could see him introducing the show, like being the opener for the show.
I don't know if he'd wrestle, but I could see him.
No, he would be like the hype man. Like, you know how in ECW was it Joey Styles used to just stand in the ring before the show, or like while it kicked, where he was like highlighting what's going to happen tonight.
Right.
Brian will probably do that and talk about like I was here when you all were children or something like that. I don't fucking know, but I'm sure that'll be how they kick it off. I'd like to see that. I like Evolve. I think Evolve has a lot of great stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be great that a lot of people are going to get the opportunity to watch more wrestling, which is cool. And that's weird to think about with the WWE Network. Like, I'm watching more wrestling on the WWE Network. It's what people wanted.
According to Gabe Sapolsky, they've been trying to get this to happen since 2016.
God damn.
That's when they first started talking about airing Evolve on the WWE Network.
I'm glad they're doing it. This is something that a lot of people did want. I'm all for the support of independent wrestling. I'm all for it. Oh, yeah. That's all me. I don't know why people are mad.
I know why people are mad, because they're like, oh, you're doing this against a charity show to try and steal viewers away from them. Here's the thing. Any viewer that they steal is not a viewer that's going to be paying for the show, because the show is free in the U.S. and Canada. Mm-hmm. And even if they're going to steal a couple people outside of the U.S. and Canada that would have watched this I don't think they're going to take that many people away. Like, if people were planning on watching Fight for the Fallen, they'll probably watch Fight for the Fallen live and then go watch Evolve later on the network on replay.
Or they're going to end up doing what I do every pay-per-view, is I'll probably just watch highlights from what is a Twitter page? Total Diva episodes?
Episodes, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just watch it through them.
No, I mean, it works.
But I can see what you mean.
Right, I can really see them watching one and then going back, because on BR Live, you're going to be able to go back and watch it later. I don't know if it goes up immediately, but with the network it does. When something airs on the WWE Network, almost immediately, as soon as it's over, you can watch it again. You can rewatch it. So that's why I say watch Fight for the Fallen live and then go watch Evolve later. That's what I'll probably do.
I hope that people do watch Evolve, though, on the network, because I hope this shows the WWE how many people have interest in something like this on their platform.
Exactly.
So,
because then it'll open it up for more, from Progress, maybe from ICW.
God, please give me some ICW on the network.
Those are
God,
those are two companies that they do work with in the UK. I don't know of any others they work with in America other than Evolve.
There's some former wrestler that has a promotion where they send guys sometimes.
Who? If you know who he's talking about, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, please. I'm blanking on the name. It's a former wrestler. He has a promotion now. Is it Booker T's?
No, Booker just did a show with Impact. Booker's company just did a show in conjunction with Impact.
That's so wonky.
I mean, I'm surprised they don't let people go and do little shows for Kurt Hawkins Creative Pro.
You know what? I think that's what it was. I think they did send stuff for Kurt Hawkins Creative Pro. Was it? Yeah, I believe so.
That's where MJF trained. He's got the logo tattooed on his calf. On the front of his shin.
I got a new tattoo yesterday.
The fish?
That's a snake, buddy.
Oh, snake. I saw it really quickly on Snapchat.
Yeah, it was a snake.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was talks about when the network was like they were going to do a brand new tier subscription to the network.
And they may be doing that because there's a big update coming to the WWE Network, which during WrestleMania weekend they called a relaunch of the network with a bunch of new features that's supposed to come this fall. We don't know when this fall, whether that's going to coincide with the Fox debut or if it's going to be after. Don't know, but hopefully if they do a tiered system.
You said doo-doo.
Hopefully if they do a tiered system, it's not going to be too much more. And that.
Yeah.
And then I hope it's only for like the extra content, not stuff we've already been getting. Because if they're going to try and say, oh, we're doing tiered systems on the WWE Network. To get the pay-per-views, you have to pay $13.99 or something like that. It's like, no, you've been giving us those for $10. You can say $12.99 and you get ICW, Evolve, and Progress stuff, like new extra content. But I don't think they should. I don't know if people are going to be too happy if they charge you more for things that we've already been getting. Now, if they
I don't think they're going to do that.
Now, if they say $12.99, that's just a rough estimate. I don't know if that's what it's going to be, but they say $12.99, you get Evolve. Maybe not every Evolve show because Evolve runs a lot, and I don't know if they want all of their stuff on the WWE Network, but you get like one Evolve show a month. You get access to, because the one big thing that they want to do is they want downloadable content to where you can download something on your WWE Network app or your WWE app, and then you can watch it when you don't have Wi-Fi, like when you're on an airplane or something. That's one thing they've been talking about.
Please, for the love of fuck. Could you imagine downloading ECW's One Night Stand and watching that on a 6-hour United flight? Because I had fucking wanted to do that once, but I couldn't. Oh, don't worry, Sinclair. Saturday, we're going to be talking about everything involving those two gentlemen. Don't you fucking worry. I have a couple of takes of my own to give about 3 certain subjects.
3?
Maybe 2 certain subjects.
Chris McNutt with the super chat says, I'm a Kevin Owens guy. Me too.
Let's talk a little bit about that, Tim.
The Kevin Owens stuff?
Yeah, because that'll lean into my first kind of take.
So, if you guys didn't see Smackdown last night.
God, you already fucked it up.
Smackdown started off with Dolph Ziggler in the parking lot. Kayla Braxton tried to come up and say, hey, what do you think of your match tonight in the main event against Kevin Owens? And Owens shows up in some, like, Dodge Charger, look like.
Nice, dude.
He starts hammering on the horn. Honk, 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 honk. Just trying to throw Dolph off and be a jackass of all jackasses. And Dolph's like, hey, what's your problem? And Owens gets out of the car.
Yeah, Dolph, real fucking threatening.
Owens gets out of the car, and it basically just like, he's just ignoring him, kind of. He's like, hey, I got to get ready for our match tonight. He gets his suitcase out of the back of the trunk, and then they start to brawl. And it was funny, because, so I see the whole thing start, and as Owens is driving up, I see in the distance the Singh brothers standing there watching, like, what are they? They like Dolph Ziggler? They Dolph fans? They want to hear what Dolph has to say? And then when they start brawling, all of a sudden the Singhs start running at them. The B team runs up and some others, the security, and they pull them apart. I'm like, oh, they gotten shot too early. Anyways,
poor guys.
Shane jumps in, and he's like, Owens, get out of here. I want you to leave. He didn't say it, but he should have been like, you're banned from the building. It would have made it even better.
Yeah, it would have made more sense.
And when it would have, yeah, it would have. And he just tells Owen, get in your car and leave. And he tells Dolph, get inside. He's like, I don't want to see you anymore. Da-da-da. So Smackdown starts, and they're like, Shane, after the footage we just saw from earlier today, what's going to happen with no main event? He's like, I got ideas. And so we go to
the main event should have just been Shane McMahon talking about how great he is for 45 minutes.
You go inside the arena. Tom Phillips starts running down everything we know for tonight's SmackDown. You start hearing yelling. And it's Kevin Owens at ringside with a mic, just starts screaming about Shane McMahon, basically. How nobody likes Shane. Shane takes way too much television time. He takes time away from guys that could be getting television, like Apollo Crews, Ali, Buddy Murphy. I think he said one other name too, but I can't remember exactly who it was. And he's just like, we're tired of this. We don't want to see this anymore. So Shane comes out and he's like, quit. Stop. Now. I told you to leave. And Owens keeps running his mouth, so he's like, cut his mic. And he cuts the mic, and we think it's over. And all of a sudden you hear Owens, hey, Shane, there's more microphones down here. And the crowd's going nuts, loving this. And so Shane goes over to the production booth, starts just fiddling with stuff, trying to turn off all the microphones, turns off Owens' mic again. So Owens literally grabs the headset. He snatches it right off of Byron's head. And he's like, I can still talk. There's more kinds of microphones down here. I'm not going to stop. And then finally he was like, security, get this man out of my building. Owens runs off through the crowd. And we think it's the last we've seen of him until we find out what the main event is. Find out that the main event is Dolph Ziggler versus Roman Reigns. And that Shane, Drew McIntyre, and Elias will all be at ringside. And I'm like, oh, Shane's going to be at ringside. Owens is showing back up. And boom, Owens showed back up. Hit Shane with a stunner. There we go. That was the Kevin Owens stuff. Everybody loved it. I liked it. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was fine, but it was just like, that's everything about it screamed work to me. This screamed.
It was.
This. Well, yeah. But and it sucked because.
But it's supposed to be because Owens said it. He goes, months ago they told us that the fans were the new authority and that the fans would have a say in things, and they don't anymore. And that's what this was. It was supposed to be, quote unquote, Kevin Owens talking for the fans.
I mean, yeah. I feel like they could have.
Roman Reigns has done this before.
Yeah, Roman's done it, I get. Well, I don't even remember Roman's. God.
I'm pretty sure it was Roman. It was either. I'm pretty sure it was Roman that everyone's like, oh no, it was Sami Zayn. When he first came back and was doing the whole, it sucks to be here, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, he's just saying the things that we all know that other wrestlers say behind closed doors that gets leaked out. And now it's like they're trying to make real life what people are saying into the storyline.
And why? Why would you publicly have a top guy publicly bash how shit your goddamn product is at the moment? And then the fans are going to rally. What, the fans are going to go, yeah, he's right. This is shitty. Let's not watch anymore. I've never understood what people get out of these.
No, I don't think that's what's going to happen because they made Kevin Owens come off as the biggest babyface in the world last night.
Right, but when he's sitting there being like, Shane McMahon, you're fucking garbage, you're a piece of shit, all these other guys deserve time, and the first thing I thought was, Yeah, Shane is kind of shit. Why am I watching this, bro? I'm gonna watch fucking Love Island.
You Love Island.
Yeah,
did you watch
bro.
it?
No, why the fuck would I watch Love Island 2?
I contemplated it because they're like, it's just as good as Big Brother. And I'm like, I don't know about that one.
Big Brother's pretty fucking good, man.
Oh, trust me.
I haven't watched a single bit this season.
It's pretty good. There's a guy that looks like Jason Momoa that's a racist that thinks he's God's gift to women.
That's my nickname in high school.
He's not. And like everyone, all the women in the house hate him, basically.
As they should. George John Cox, I always am at literally every waking moment of my life. Love Island is a reality show.
Yeah, it's a reality show that was first in the UK and that was like a just huge success.
Took off, dude.
Yeah, so they were like, let's bring it to America. I mean, that's what happened with Big Brother. Big Brother was a success in America, and now it's in like every country you can think of with different versions.
Good, fuck yeah, dude.
There's like Big Brother Canada, which is relatively new. I would have thought they would have done that a longer time ago. There's Big Brother UK, Big Brother Australia, Big Brother Netherlands.
Okay, but I want to go back to a little bit more of the whole, talking about the Kevin Owens thing, but mainly using the point of I don't understand the whole pipe bomb thing. I don't know why it's such a popular trend, especially for the WWE right now. Clearly, they're self-aware that their product is stinky. They know what fans are saying.
I mean, they said it back in December when they're like...
They say it once a fucking year, Tim. Every year.
When they said, we want the fans to be the authority because the show hasn't been good. Baron Corbin tanked the ratings. We want to make things better.
It's like they know what made things better. They do that thing for a week, and then they say, go fuck yourself.
Right.
It just feels like every step forward with the WWE always has like 75 steps back. Has anyone seen Dolph Ziggler's stand-up?
I haven't.
I've never seen it.
I wouldn't know if it's good or not.
Have you guys ever seen it? I assume he's a funny dude.
I don't know.
And CM Punk doing the pipe bomb was the first time, at least in a while, that fans had experienced, like, probably since, like, the Joey Styles shoot.
Right.
Where... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I see a lot of people online, they're like, oh, they're trying to make Kevin Owens the new Stone Cold, just saying whatever he wants.
Yeah, but Stone Cold was never, like, he never ran down the product. He ran down the character.
They did it in a way where when Stone Cold said something, it didn't seem like, oh, that was something Vince told him to say.
I get that, but there's a difference between, like, Stone Cold coming out and being like, Vince, you suit-wearing goddamn pansy, or, like, Stephanie, you all the obscene, misogynistic things Stone Cold called Stephanie McMahon back in the late 90s. But none of it was ever shitting on the product itself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? None of it was ever like, the ratings are awful in here. Jericho did the whole the ratings need the shot in the arm thing. But other than that, can you give me another time? I don't understand shitting on your product to gain respect. Like,
I don't get it either.
If we tell them that we suck dick, then there's the clear understanding that we're still not going to try, and they know. Because that's what it feels like. And it's fucking horse shit. It's so a successful pipe bomb ends with things changing. And after Sammy's, and after the weeks of Sammy doing it, the fact that we've had one episode of change, literally one episode of Raw, felt significantly different from what we've watched within at least the last fucking 2 years, maybe, since I've been on this podcast. Why not have Owens say something like, hey, Shane, you're taking up way too much goddamn time. There's guys like, Ali and Murphy and who the fuck else did he say? Ali, Murphy, Cruz,
and there was a fourth
Shinsuke?
name, but I can't remember who. No.
Was it? You sure?
Yeah.
Andrade, maybe? It was somebody. And then set that up to where now these guys that he named maybe will get a push, and maybe they'll be put in a thing with Shane McMahon where like a gauntlet thing or something. Like, do something with it. Don't just have him cut out here, verbally run down the product, and then just fucking wipe your fucking hands on the cum-stained napkin that you left us.
And I made that Stone Cold reference, and then everyone in the chat's like, well, he did the stunner. He's been doing that stunner since he came back.
He fucking did that with Cena back in 2015.
Right, and he's doing the stunner now because he wanted to change things up. When Kevin Owens first came back from his injury before WrestleMania, he was supposed to be a babyface. He said it in interviews. He was happy to do the babyface stuff. That's what he wanted to do. And when Daniel Bryan got hurt at WrestleMania, they didn't know how long Bryan would be out, and they said, we need a heel. Owens, you're good at being a heel. You're going to be the heel for right now. And he was, I don't want to say reluctant, but he said in an interview, he's like, I did it because I had to. But if I was up to me, I'd want to be a babyface right now. That's what I wanted to do when I came back. And he wanted to change up some of his move set. That's why he added in the stunner. And now that he gets to be a babyface, I think he's going to be really good in that role because it's what he has been wanting to do for the last 3-4 months.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to be your best guy to give you what fans kind of want. You know what I mean?
For the most part, yeah.
Like, he's going to be able to give fans what they want without saying, hey, this is what you want. In the same way that Ricochet and AJ Styles match is giving the fans what they want without shoehorning it down their throat. It's just those two guys go out there and wrestle. But when there's no resolution to something like what Owens said, it makes what Owens said just look pointless now. Like, yeah, it is shitty. Now what?
Devin in the Spear, he said it's Asuka, and he also said Kairi Sane.
Yeah, Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Nick is 420 friendly, yeah, obviously. We're literally doing a segment right now called High Takes. Or no, High Corner, my bad.
It's your segment, you don't even remember the name.
Dude, I'm fucking baked. I'm fucking loving it right now.
You wanna just jump into your boy?
Who's my boy?
Enzo.
Oh, dear. Fuck
you
me,
just
man.
Talk about it.
It is 2019.
Wait, do you know the full story here, though?
Hold on. I don't give a fuck about a full story. If I'm coming home from my Starbucks at like 12 in the afternoon and I get a notification on my phone that says, new from Pro Wrestling Unlimited, Enzo Amore, Enzo, and Joey Janella get into an altercation at a Blink-182 concert. Why the fuck is Joey Janella and fucking Enzo Amore at a fucking Blink-182 concert? What's happening?
Yeah.
And they didn't even... Oh, they didn't even...
Yeah, they did. So, here's the full story.
Hey.
So, last night, tweets got online between Enzo and Joey Janela about the altercation. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful reached out to Joey Janela and said, hey, what's this? Is it a work? Are you guys trying to set something up for GCW? And Joey Janela goes, oh, no. We were at the Blink-182 concert and got in the worst fist fight ever. So, apparently, Joey Janela saw Enzo at the concert, went up to him to introduce himself, like, hey, hi, I'm Joey Janela. And Enzo was just like, who are you? What? Yeah. And tried to throw a punch at him.
I like how he goes, I'm Joey Janela, the guy that's significantly more relevant than you.
And like, Enzo threw a punch at him. And Joey Janela was like, yeah, I don't know. I just tried to say hi. And Enzo tried to go off like he doesn't know who Joey Janela is. Like, he literally said, I don't know who you are. But then in those tweets, he referenced the whole Moxley match where he was like, yeah, walking in thumbtacks.
Well, doesn't mean he couldn't have researched him later.
I don't know. But so literally all Joey Janela did was he recognized Enzo. He saw him at the concert, went to say hi, and Enzo was like, apparently went off, tried to throw a punch at him. Then the two squared up. And apparently Enzo's buddy was filming the whole time, so there's more to the video than what Enzo posted. He just cut out the beginning part where he throws the punch and all that.
Okay, so I have a couple of things.
Uh-huh.
Enzo put on Twitter, he said he called Joey Janela a clout chaser. Now, Tim, do you know what clout is?
Not really.
All right, clout in high school kids' terms is popularity.
Okay.
Like, if you have a lot of clout, you're very popular online.
Gotcha.
Now, let's take a look back to what pay-per-view did Enzo try to, like, crash so he could gain more attention? to gain some clout. What was that, Survivor Series? Yeah, it was Survivor Series where he sat in the crowd with the fucking wig looking like 2009 Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Listen, Enzo, buddy, I get that you have an album coming out. Your music is not good. It's fucking god-awful. Please stop making music for the love of God.
He was on some radio show in like New York or New Jersey that morning, I think it was. No, Monday morning, rapping and whatnot. They're like, oh, yeah, we've got our boy here, Enzo. He's going to spit some rhymes. I'm like, what? And he posted it all on his Twitter. You could see it. It's not good.
Like, I don't understand Enzo's obsession with bad-mouthing everything revolving wrestling because he's not with the WWE. And this has been something he's been doing it a significant amount, and I don't know why. Enzo's fucking... God, he's just an idiot, man. He's just, like, he doesn't... just seems like he doesn't think. He was not the best in WWE. He wasn't. And he's not going to be the best. He's going to be probably just as useful as James Ellsworth is going to be. Then, you know, fucking.
It's like they say, Enzo will try and do anything to get his name out there.
He will. And, it's, you know, yeah, he has his album coming out. Yeah, he's trying to gain some publicity before his album. But for him to try to still be involved in a wrestling business that has clearly moved on, but he is not. Like, he still thinks that this is the cruiserweight division circa whenever the fuck he was in there. 2017, 2018. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks because, like, it just hates that he has to, like, really shoehorn his fucking way into anything relevant because of his fading fucking relevancy.
Right, exactly.
It's actually the worst.
Excuse me. But I mean, there's not much more to that other than there's the video
there's
online.
not. I just wanted to bring it up, and I really wanted to ask the question. And I know that Joey Janella and Enzo Amore are big fans of this show. So with that being said, why the fuck were you guys at a goddamn Blink-182 concert in 2019? For the love of God,
I didn't even know they were still doing shows.
I will legitimately quit this show again if you don't take that back.
You know what kind of music I listen to.
Yep, I was going to try to sing a country song, couldn't think of anything.
Exactly.
Have I heard any of Enzo's songs? Unfortunately, yes. Do you not remember his classic debut banger, Phoenix?
Oh, God.
Do you not remember that fucking... Now that's
that
what I call
music. For some reason went viral?
Oh, because it was on World Star, dude.
I guess.
He was on World Star.
And he referenced the girl that tried to say that he raped her.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. What a dude.
Razorblade says Enzo won't be remembered or talked about 5 years from now. He's going to do something stupid. No, he's going to do something stupid that's going to get people talking about him again.
I'm sure it'll every 6 months you'll have a little bit of an Enzo.
Exactly.
Luke Mine says, hey, Nick, who's your favorite WWE superstar and your favorite superstar in the Indies? My favorite WWE star? Fuck. I don't know. I'm big on, like, I've been digging what Apollo Crews and Tyler Breeze have been putting down lately. I've been really vibing with them. And independent, there was some dude that did, like, a triple front flip at a GCW backyard show. He's my new favorite.
Oh, the guy that did the 630 over the top rope?
Yeah.
Through the table?
But he did it standing.
Enzo? I mean, not Enzo. True. And I mean, we did see that one time where Ricochet did the basically same thing and landed on his feet. That promo he did with Velveteen Dream.
That's true, huh?
And he landed on his feet and he came down stiff. I'm like, ooh, I'm surprised he didn't blow out an ankle.
Yeah, he did come down rather.
You know who blew out their ankle this week was Kota Ibushi.
God, yeah, he did.
Did you see the picture?
Fuck yeah, I did.
His
poor guy.
Ankle swollen twice the size and it's all black and blue.
That big sucks.
And he's taken worse bumps than just that dive over the top rope landing. Like, he landed okay-ish. You could see that when he landed, he kind of, like, his ankle kind of rolled a little.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just shook it off. And we've seen him take way worse bumps and be perfectly fine.
It's always that one that'll get you. It's always that small one.
I mean, that's what they say. They always say that it's doing the normal thing that you do all the time is when you get the injury. I mean, Kevin Nash tore his quad walking back to his corner in a 6-man tag. Brian Alvarez said he blew out his knee taking the snake eyes.
Nice. That sucks.
They always say it's like just the normal things that you usually do is when the random what the heck injury comes up.
I'm still waiting on mine. I'm due for one pretty soon. I haven't had a good injury in
it's been 15 years since I tore my meniscus skateboarding.
Yikes.
I mean, I was skateboarding. I did an ollie off of concrete onto dirt. The board, for some reason,
all right.
The board flew out from under me. My body,
dirt, buddy.
No, but it was before I even hit the dirt. For some reason, like I did it wrong, and the board flew out from under me. My body twisted and slammed down into the concrete. My knee was right into the concrete, but at the moment it didn't hurt. So I kept skateboarding and doing all kinds of things for the next 3 days until all of a sudden it just gave out.
That's fucking.
And they were like, "Oh, you're going to be in a full leg cast for 6 weeks."
That sounds fun. That sounds not.
Couldn't go to school because my school was nothing but gravel and up and down hills.
Yikes.
Walking up and down the hill to each class.
How did I learn to skateboard? By skateboarding. I don't know. By doing
trying.
It. Yeah, just by doing it, I guess. I don't know. Nick and Tim. Well, this will be the last question before we move on. Tim and Nick, if you guys were in charge of creative for the WWE, what's one match you would book to bring more eyes to the product? One match. I would give you Orton and Styles.
Orton and Styles? We just saw that in Mania.
No, here's the thing. Hear me out. Okay. I give you Orton and Styles because you're gonna you'll see what WWE wrestling is like and what Freedom WWE wrestling is like.
Gotcha.
And that's a very, very good combo. And that, like, those two guys put on a great match.
Well, if you're thinking of it like that, then AJ Ricochet should be match of the year.
Oh yeah, AJ Ricochet. I would love for that to be match.
If they had their way, and they've only had one match outside of WWE, which was a hog wrestling show back in like 2016. No,
the fuck is hog wrestling?
Hog wrestling out of New York area, the Northeast.
Oh, is that where that JD fuck commentates?
Yeah, it's where the Private Party guys were trained.
Nice, good for them. I like Private Party.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But I mean, like if you're saying, oh, give guys their freedom to do what they want, there'd be a lot of good matches in WWE. I mean, I really want to see what Gulak and Riddle do at the Evolve show for Saturday.
God, Riddick. Or Riddle, rather. God,
those two together.
Riddle.
That's going to be great. Did you hear what Gulak said in an interview about what he wants? So I forget. I think it was The Sun did an interview with Gulak, and they were like, you got a big weekend coming up. You're taking on Matt Riddle at Evolve, and you're defending the Cruiserweight Championship against Tony Nese on Sunday at Extreme Rules. What do you want to do afterwards? Do you know what Drew Gulak said?
Fight again.
He said, yeah, I want Brock Lesnar to cut to 205 and challenge me for the Cruiserweight title.
I hope so.
I'm like, what?
Do you think that would ever happen?
No.
I would love that. Actually, that's the match I'm going to book. Brock cutting weight, being 204 pounds, and then fighting Gulak for the Cruiserweight title.
You said you had one more little deal you wanted to talk about.
Did I?
You said you had three.
I'm too fucking high. I don't remember, buddy. $5 from Kristen McNutt. What? I've been watching Impact and their products been decent. But what do you guys think of the intergender match they had in Impact? Probably specifically the one she's talking about.
Well, that
was
actually
Sami
leads into our next topic then.
Tessa Blanchard. I think intergender wrestling has a place in like modern everyday professional wrestling. I think it's fine.
It depends. I saw the match. I made it a priority to at least watch that match. I think that's all the top 3 matches from that show. I thought the match was okay. I didn't think there was anything. Good. I didn't think there was anything special about it. Like anything that was like, oh my god, that was great. I just thought it was okay. And it's just not my thing. I mean, AEW, they already said they're not doing it. They're not doing intergender. WWE, the closest they'll get to intergender is mixed tag, and the men can't touch the women, but the women can touch the men.
Well, Orton did deliver a sweet RKO to Nia.
True. I guess that's a little bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? Exception.
Exception, yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
But
I don't know. I think the match that they had was good. I think it was a fine match.
No, Nicholas, Tessa's way above Becky.
Oh yeah,
She's way better than Becky. You can't even try to compare the two.
Here's the thing. I'll make this my comparing point. How often do you hear Tessa calling out spots in a match?
Not even that. It's just her level of skill that she has is just way better than Becky ever has had, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of women that are better than Becky Lynch. Becky just found her character. It worked. People got behind her, and then WWE messed it up. But talking about Impact, what I wanted to talk about was a couple of guys who are possibly, or most likely, done with Impact and leaving soon. First in being LAX. LAX wrestled this weekend. They lost their tag team championships on Friday to the North, and they were unsuccessful in defending them on Sunday. They actually took the pin in the match, losing. And the word is that WWE and AEW are interested in both of them. And I did hear that they could be backstage at Fight for the Fallen this week to talk with AEW officials. But WWE is also interested in Santana and Ortiz at LAX.
I would love to see an LAX Usos match.
That would be good.
Would love to
here's
see
the thing.
LA. Go ahead.
If WWE signs them, they start in NXT.
Nah, dude.
Especially
no
if
way.
they just yes, because listen to me. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Street Profits coming up to Raw.
Sure.
LAX gets put right into their spot. They're the cool guys that like to have fun, but know when it's time to get down to business. They can fit right into that spot that Street Profits are going to vacate when they come up, whenever that's going to be.
Or they could not do that and fill in a much-needed, heavy-hitting SmackDown tag team.
Okay. When's the last time?
Go ahead.
We
saw a direct call-up?
That's what I'm saying. When's the last time somebody that wasn't in the company previously was brought straight to the main roster? Yeah, AJ and Gallows and Anderson. It's been, 3 years now? And LAX are not as big as AJ Styles.
They're not as big as AJ Styles, but...
Also, you really think Vince knows who LAX is? To be like, no. I want them on my main roster now.
Bro, what if we see the return of the Mexicools? Oh, please don't, Vince. Actually, yeah, send those motherfuckers to NXT since I almost said
they'll probably be used better there, especially with Triple H in charge down there. And
I was going to say that, but I was going to say something I shouldn't have said.
Either way, I think they would probably be better in AEW because AEW does need more bigger guys, like more of the brawler fighter type guys than what they have. They have a lot of the quick, speedy, high flyer guys, but they need to start diversing their roster a little more. And I think LAX would fit well into what they need. Like, they don't need a lot more in AEW. The roster is almost at a good number, but they need to start diversing the roster a little more with different styles.
Mm-hmm. They do.
And the other name that could be done with
a lot about
the other name that could be done with Impact is John Morrison or Johnny Impact, Johnny Mundo, whatever you want to call him. And the big wild card with him and where he would go is his wife Taya. Because if he because I also heard that he could be at Fight for the Fallen this weekend and also at Extreme Rules. I've heard that both companies want to meet with him this weekend. And here's the big what if, though. What if he goes, talks with WWE, likes what they want to offer, but they're not interested in his wife? I don't think he's going to, at this point in his career, I don't think he's going to go anywhere without his wife. And I think she would be a good fit in AEW.
Yeah.
On their women's division.
She'd be a much better fit in that women's division than she would be in WWE's. Well, I mean, you could put her in NXT. And you just don't put them together.
That's exactly what I was gonna get at. If they go to WWE, are they together or separated? That's the other question I was gonna ask. Because he's one of those guys that can skip NXT, or maybe only be down there like a McIntyre for like 3-4 months and then come up. But he
doesn't need NXT. Dude.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's even bigger than McIntyre was when he came back. As far as he doesn't need NXT, he can come straight to the main roster. Everyone will lose their crap, lose their shit, and go wild.
He's 39,
right?
I'm starting to think.
I mean, that's how old AJ was when they signed him. He was like 38, 39.
Yeah, I think. I mean, AEW could benefit more from both of them.
If he's looking for a lighter schedule, AEW would be the better fit, because we don't know. We know they're going to be doing live TV every week, but we don't know if they're going to be doing house shows and whatnot, and if they are, how frequent. He goes and works for WWE. If he doesn't get a Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan kind of a deal, he's going to be working 3-4 days a week.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
And here's the one other thing with Morrison. He wants to be an actor. If he gets a role offered to him that's like a big deal role, bigger than Boone the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
And he goes to WWE and goes, hey, I need 6 weeks to film this movie or 3 weeks to film this TV show thing. They can say no because he's signed to the company. They can veto it. And then what if that was the one role that helped him, that made it what he needed to become an actor, like a big-time star? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's the other thing. If he goes to AEW, I feel like they would be more inclined to say, oh, you need a couple weeks off? Okay, we can figure that out. But with WWE, it's like, oh, no, we own you. We don't want you to go nowhere. You ain't getting any kind of publicity outside of us.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things with Morrison that makes it even more interesting than the LAX thing, because they got, his other aspirations. He's married, and wherever he goes, his wife's going to want to go with him, and he's going to want her to go with. And then it's the fact of, what is he really looking for at his age?
I'd have to think he would go with that lighter schedule, most likely.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that, especially because he's not one of these guys that is doing the Impact stuff, but then also out on the indies all the time. He's really just only doing Impact. So,
that's true.
Again, you may be right with the whole wanting a lighter schedule, wanting to be with AEW so that way he's not working 4 days a week or whatnot. But at the same time, maybe because WWE, which they've been doing this, gives him a really just cushy deal with whatever he wants, so he doesn't go to AEW. And they're like, oh, you want to only work 2 days a week? You want a couple weekends off? Like the whole Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Miz thing where they want some time off? Okay, let's fit it and see if it works.
Mm-hmm.
I can really see them being like, okay, we'll give you what you want just so you don't go there. It's kind of like the Ray thing. There was rumblings of a new promotion getting started, so they signed up Ray. Ray does have an out where Ray can leave at 18 months. So Ray's probably got a year left on that contract. Towards the out. He signed a full 3-year contract, but towards that out, I think he's got about a year left. Maybe a little less. So that'll be an interesting one to see where Ray goes when he's got that opportunity to leave or stay.
I'd love to see him go to AEW, man.
Oh, they'd sign him in a heartbeat.
I know.
They say they don't want a lot of former WWE guys, but that's one guy that we know they want. They would want.
I hope so. Fuck, man. I really do.
But, I mean, I'm not saying I want to see both LAX and John Morrison go to AEW. But I think with LAX, either way, maybe they sign a 3-year deal with WWE. They don't like it. They go somewhere else afterwards. They tried it.
Exactly.
With Morrison, he's already been there. He knows what it's going to be. He's got friends there that can tell him, hey, this is what they would do with you. This is what they wouldn't do with you. I mean, he's still very, very close with Miz and Dolph. And so he's got more of that inside of, these guys will help me make my decision a lot easier than LAX would.
Still want LAX and Usos. Fucking telling you.
I mean, that would be really good. That would be really good.
Give me a what is it? The four-way tornado tag. Three-way tornado tag. Revival, Usos, LAX.
Ooh, that'd be a nice one.
Optionally, throw in Xavier and Kofi of the New Day.
Not Xavier and Big E?
No, Xavier and Kofi. Well, yeah, let's get Big E in there. Let's get a big guy in there. Let's do Big E and Kofi.
Well, that would work, because then you got two big guys. You got Big E and Ortiz, who can do the big man stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then the rest are like quick guys.
That would not be bad at all.
Fuck yeah, dude. I know. Put me on the booking team, WWE.
But I mean,
Lord. I know Vince is a big fan of the show.
Oh, Lord. But I mean,
You think he watches? Hey, Vince,
probably
you
not.
watch? Do you think Vince is a burner account? Do you think Jason Dalton is actually Vince McMahon?
You son of
Do you think he has a burner account and he's just on our show right now? No, Vince is actually Kristen McNutt.
Oh, Lord.
It's confirmed. Kristen McNutt is Vince McMahon. He's a member. Vince McMahon is a member, and you should be a member too. Tim, tell him about memberships.
So if you want to be like some of these people you see in the chat where their name is green and they have a badge next to their name,
you can be just like Vince McMahon.
you could be like Kristen McNutt, William Montgomery, Wayne Montgomery, Benjamin A., and others. All you got to do is go down where it says subscribe and hit join. Hit that button right there, and you support us for only $4.99 a month. You get access to the custom emojis, badges next to your names, and early access content to some of the stuff we do put up as well. All you got to do is hit join right there next to the subscribe button.
Do it. Remember, as I always say, if you do it, I love you, and I'll always love you. If you don't, your parents will never be proud of you ever.
Oh, Lord.
Just keep that in mind.
But talking about guys that can go to AEW, guys that can go to WWE, both have shows this weekend.
So many fucking shows this weekend, man.
Have shows this weekend. And the first one coming up will be on Saturday. It'll be All Elite Wrestling Fight for the Fallen. With Fight for the Fallen, they've got a number of matches. There's 6 matches on this show. One new match was announced this afternoon. And I thought we'd give some predictions for that show.
Do you want to do the whole show, or do you just want to do the main matches?
We'll just run down the whole show real fast.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to preface before we get going. I'm going to say that it's a little hard to predict AEW stuff right now, because we don't know where the direction's going, other than either all we really know is either Jericho or Hangman's going to be that first champion. So it does make one match here for Fight for the Fallen easy to predict. But other than that, I really don't know where all the other matches are going to be leaning towards as far as who's going to be winning this or who's going to be winning that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So let me add one more thing here.
You are good.
I actually missed a match when I was getting the rundown here.
Not surprised. Man, I got the taste of the garlic sour cream. Not sour cream. Garlic cream cheese.
On my mustache, because I had a bagel right before we went live. I didn't eat until 8 p.m. today, dude. I'm still hungry.
Interesting.
Taking a look at the chat while Tim gets everything ready.
All right.
Luke Might says, "Hey Nick, I'm Vince McMahon." Fuck, there's 2 Vinces. Which one's the real one? I'm holding the gun. Which one do I shoot?
The first match we do have sees the librarian Peter Avalon taking on Sonny Kiss. I think this is on the buy-in.
This is on,
which is their
pre-show. In the buy-in.
Which is what they call their pre-show, which it made sense calling it the buy-in at Double or Nothing, but now I don't understand why they keep calling it that.
Probably so they just call it pre-show.
Well, I think I get it, because it's your opportunity to buy in to the main card. You see this show, it makes you like it, you're going to stay and buy the main pay-per-view.
Yeah.
We got Sonny Kiss versus Peter Avalon. I don't see really them going anywhere with the librarians as far as them getting major pushes, other than, oh, the fans don't like it, we're going to keep going with it. So I can see Sonny Kiss picking up the victory.
Oh, yeah. I got Sonny Kiss as well.
So, in probably one of the matches that intrigues me the most, it's a 6-man tag. On one side, we have Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janella against Shawn Spears, Sammy Guevara, and MJF.
So I think this is going to be a showing for Sammy Guevara. And hear me out.
Okay.
We are going to get the inner team bickering and bitching between MJF and Shawn Spears. So that's going to leave Sammy Guevara to kind of carry his team. And you're going to see a lot of Guevara and Allin.
You think?
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin. People like Darby Allin.
That's what I said. We know they're high on Darby Allin when they had him face Cody and they wouldn't let Cody beat him. Like they did not. They made sure Cody didn't beat him, but then at the same time they didn't want Cody to get beaten. So they have to have a lot of faith in Darby Allin after that match.
Darby Allin, man, he's someone that I didn't know too much about that I had to look more into, and I'm glad that I looked into him because he's a really great fucking wrestler.
Yeah.
And I think those two guys are going to steal the show. Picking up the win I have, it's not even the 4th of July anymore, dude. Come on.
Fireworks?
Who the fuck does fireworks?
I've had people over here doing the same thing since.
Fuck me. I'm picking up the team of
Darby Allin's team?
Yeah, Darby Allin's team.
Well, that's what I was thinking, too, because something's going to happen with Shawn Spears and MJF that's going to leave Sammy Guevara in there by himself, and then it's going to be 3-on-1 or something along those lines, and then he can't hang. Like, he can't handle the handicapness of it or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But I think basically Shawn Spears and MJF are going to screw their own team. But hear me out here. The interesting thing is, where does this lead to? Everyone's assuming, which we've heard possibly confirmed, Shawn Spears and Cody at All Out. So what is this Shawn Spears MJF stuff going to lead to?
Probably nothing. This is probably just furthering the story. Like, I'm sure maybe Shawn Spears will well, no, maybe not. Maybe not, actually.
It really doesn't make sense why they're teaming.
It's weird.
You would think after the chair shot, it's going to lead to Shawn Spears and Cody at All Out. Like, I thought it was going to be Shawn Spears MJF at this show. So that's why I'm intrigued, because I don't feel like they're the type of guys that are going to do something that isn't going to make a lot of sense for the most part. So I think I'm intrigued to see where this leads to and how this actually unfolds.
I am as well.
So going forward, we do have Hangman Page, one of the number one contenders for the AEW World Championship, against Kip Sabian.
Yeah, is that any real guess? It's going to be...
Well, it's going to be Hangman, but I think Kip Sabian's going to have a good match with him. We saw the match he had with Sammy Guevara at Double or Nothing, and the two had a really good match together, and I think Kip Sabian will pair well with Hangman, but it's obvious Hangman has to go over.
Oh, yeah. Hangman's going to...
So in another match that may be obvious, but they may swerve us, it's Brandy Rhodes against Allie. Now,
I'm going to fucking kill myself if OBS crashes again. I will legitimately die.
So we've got Brandy and Allie. And like I was saying, based off of that last video that they did for, what's it called? Road to Fight for the Fallen. Brandy's whole thing was, I always thought I was a failure. I never tried when, I put too much pressure on myself. I never tried when the stakes were at its highest. So I was always the best in practice. But when it was time for competition, I choked.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that Brandy has to win based off of that.
You think so? I want to go with your thing, dude.
You think they're gonna swerve it and it be?
No, I think you're right on the money when you say that Brandy probably thinks she doesn't need to put herself over.
Why are we still not live?
Fuck off, dude.
Like, I clicked stream and it's still not going. What the fuck? You've got to be kidding me right now.
Hey, should I just put this on the table instead of wrapping it?
What? Are you freaking? But it's not showing me that we're live.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're live, man. Yeah, we're good.
Now we're good. Okay, now.
We really do need a new live streaming service, guys.
But there really is nothing else that I know of that works as easily.
Ah, true.
So we're live. We're back. We're good. I think.
My God.
Brandy, she, based off of that video of Fight for the Fallen, the Road to Fight for the Fallen, I think she has to win, just because of the whole. I always put too much pressure on myself when it was really time to compete. But at the same time, it's like, she doesn't need to put herself over.
She doesn't. She really doesn't need to put herself over. And I think giving Allie this win, I'm so fucking high. And I looked at Allie and I thought that was Peyton Royce. And I was so confused.
Who, Allie?
I was like, Tim, that's a picture of Peyton Royce. Fucking take it down. Hurry up.
I didn't make the graphic. That's the one right from AEW.
God damn.
So going forward, I do want to apologize for the stream going down there. We were on a roll. We were doing good. It went.
I know.
We got SCU against the Lucha Bros. And this whole match is about Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks have been the featured tag teams in AEW. And SCU wants to show that they can hang. That they're just as good, if not better. I wouldn't say they're better. They're on the level.
Yeah, they're on the level.
But as far as who wins, I think it's Lucha Bros. I think I'd go Lucha Bros.
Yeah, let's just go Lucha Bros.
So
SCU doesn't need the win, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
They just don't need it.
And going forward, we have Kenny Omega taking on Chima.
Yeah, Omega. Well, you could get some Dean interaction in this match.
Yeah, hear me out.
Oh, excuse me.
This is taking place July 13th. What else is taking place July 13th is the first night of B-Block action for New Japan Pro Wrestling, where Jon Moxley needs to be in Japan.
Yeah.
Now,
very true.
Hear me out. With the time difference, I believe the New Japan show is actually going to be a Friday night here in the States. Now, if Tony Khan can send his super jet and get Moxley back in time, he may be able to make it to the show. But that's why we haven't seen a Moxley match announced, because I don't think he's even going to be there.
Yeah, maybe.
They teased it at Fyter Fest, and they were like, we may see more of these guys going at it at Fight for the Fallen in 2 weeks, but I don't know if it's possible if Moxley needs to be in Japan. So I could see maybe Omega I could see Omega winning, cutting a promo on Moxley not show up, Omega do the thing, oh, you're afraid to come out here after what I did to you at Fyter Fest.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe either nothing or a video plays of Moxley, responding to Omega.
That would be great if it lined up to where it was after Moxley's match for the G1, but that's not the case.
Right. I mean, this is taking place after, but it's like the same day, so it's not possible to get in from. If it was the Dallas show, yeah, that's possible.
Dallas,
maybe.
Dallas.
But he's gonna be in Tokyo, so ain't gonna work. So then, the main event, what they call a dream tag team match. The Young Bucks against Cody and Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, let me tell you something about this match. I don't give a single actual fuck.
Like, what is this leading? This is just a match to have a match.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. But
why? She will just retire Dustin after the first match. They don't need to fight the Bucks.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, because what was the build up to Cody Dustin? I need to put him down. Yeah. It's going to be his last ride. I want to end the Attitude Era. And then he has the match that says, I need my brother. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense.
It's stupid. I'm taking the Bucks. I'm sure Dustin will turn on Cody, and I'm sure and then at the fucking at All Out, it'll be Cody and
no, it's gonna be Cody and Sean Spears.
Oh, it is going to be Cody and Shawn Spears. Well, it'll be Dustin turning on him, I'm sure.
I don't know. I see the Young Bucks winning, but at the same time, it's like, ooh, beating Dustin twice?
Do you think he's worried?
No. Here's my thing. Dustin even going to be able to what's the word I'm looking for? Hang in there with the Young Bucks? Or are they going to slow their stuff down so he can keep up?
I think they'll slow it down. I think they're fine with working a slower, safer pace.
We'll see. I think it'll be interesting. Ooh, I like Gabriel Perez's thing. Shawn Spears then attacks Dustin, infuriating Cody even more.
Oh, yeah, like if Shawn Spears interferes in this match and only beats up Dustin, but not while Dustin's tagged in, so it's not even a DQ.
Right. Dustin's on the apron. Shawn Spears appears, pulls him off the apron, hits him with a chair.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
That's not an awful idea. I like that idea. Yeah.
So, that's our predictions for Fight for the Fallen. We've got one other show coming up on Sunday, and that's WWE Extreme Rules.
Ooh, fucking who, man. I'm going to tell you this right now. Extreme Rules. More like Extreme Snores.
There's really not much on this show that is that interesting. I mean, I'm kind of interested in... Let me see. Hold on right here.
Oh, you know what I would love? I would love to see Becky take an end of days.
But here's the thing. You know they don't let the men attack the women. The women, as we learned, the women can submit the men, Mike Bennett.
Apparently
but
so.
The men are not allowed to hit the women, but the women can hit the men because also we saw on Raw, Zelina Vega hit Hurricane Rana on Seth. But one match that I am interested in is this first match here. It's Aleister Black versus Cesaro.
Aleister Black.
I think this could be a show-stealing match, like a sleeper that most people
Black's
are going to...
Black's going to pick it up.
Huh?
Black's going to pick it up.
He has to. By the way that everything's been going, but I mean, the thing is, it's like, most people are going to be like, oh, this is just going to be a match. But I think this could be a good match.
I think it's going to be super great.
I do too.
I haven't seen Black wrestle in so long. I was literally so sad I hadn't seen him wrestle in so long that I went back and watched some of his old ICW stuff back in the Sumerian Death Squad. Those shows my favorite.
Now, I know a lot of people have been saying, why wasn't it Orton? I think they wait and they do Black versus Orton at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So going forward, we have a last man standing match. It's going to be a Braun Strowman up against a Bobby Lashley. I think Strowman picks up the victory.
Yeah, Strowman picks up the victory.
I think you got to go Strowman. You've had Lashley talking crap the last 2 weeks after the whole incident on Raw, whatever you want to call it. And they're more in tune of keeping Strowman looking good over Lashley. So I'm going to go Braun Strowman. In the first title match, you got the Cruiserweight title on the line. Drew Gulak against Tony Nese.
It's going to be a fun match. It's going to be Gulak.
I think it's going to be Gulak as well, retaining. No real need to take that title off of him so quickly.
Not at all.
Then, in a no-holds-barred match, it's Roman Reigns and The Undertaker against Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. Here's my question. What holds are actually barred in regular matches?
Pile drivers.
Taker's going to do a tombstone. Well, I mean, it's no holds barred. That's not even a hold. That's a move.
Here's my question. When was the last time Undertaker wrestled a match that wasn't no hold barred or no DQ?
Was the Goldberg match just a straight-up match?
Nope, I believe that was a no DQ match.
Really?
Yeah, I believe
and they
so.
Did nothing in that match that would have made you think that they needed that.
I know. Wow. Remember when he went out to do one of the Saudi shows and as he made his entrance, they announced that it was no DQ. They're like, it is now a no DQ.
I think that was
match.
the tag match with him and Kane versus DX.
Yeah. God
and then he had
damn.
that casket match.
Awful. Stinky.
You got to go Reigns. Well, no. Actually, you would think you got to go Reigns Undertaker. But I could see them putting Shane over.
Nah,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Shane.
I don't think so.
So then, with the Raw Tag Team titles on the line, we got the Revival against the Usos.
I fucking Revival. They're gonna retain, man.
I think so too. I think it's gonna be a really good match, though. If the last match they had was good, I think this could be even better.
Oh yeah.
Here's my one thing: if this is Extreme Rules, shouldn't all matches have some sort of a stipulation?
Don't even get me started, man. These names aren't fucking. The names of pay-per-views don't mean shit.
So next up, with the Smackdown Live Tag Team titles on the line, we've got Daniel Bryan and Rowan defending against Big E and Xavier Woods of the New Day, and Heavy Machinery, who call themselves Blue Collar Solid. And you know what that makes me think of, right?
Oh, good. Blue Collar Solid. Blue Collar. What's something solid? Fuck, what's something solid? I don't know.
If you need something blue to help you get solid, why not check out our friends over there at Blue Chew?
Oh, well, what's that?
Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know they work. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach, and since they're chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you can be ready whenever the opportunity arises.
And who knows? You heard of Netflix and chill. Now you've got WWE Network and
chill.
Fucking doggy style. I don't know what you guys are going to do, but use Blue Chew before you do it.
If you could benefit from extra function and more confidence when it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Blue Chew is prescribed online, shipped straight to your door in a discreet package, so there's no in-person doctor visits, no waiting at a pharmacy, and best of all, no more awkwardness. They're made in the U.S., and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com, that's blue, like the color, and get your first shipment for free using our special promo code UNLIMITED. Just pay $5 for shipping. Again, that's blue, B-L-U-E, chew.com, promo code UNLIMITED. Try it for free. Blue Chew is better, cheaper, and faster than the competition.
Listen, just like the code UNLIMITED, you can be having unlimited amounts of fun. Use Blue Chew. My God.
So going forward,
this is my new favorite fucking sponsor we've ever had because I can say that for my job, I make dick jokes. Thanks, Blue Chew. You guys are great.
So
I love you.
Going forward, with a United States Championship on the line, Ricochet versus AJ Styles. This is a toss-up to me.
AJ.
You think it goes AJ?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Ricochet retaining. If they're going to go all in with this AJ heel turn and him and Gallows and Anderson, I think you're right. And you have to put the title on AJ.
Exactly.
I say AJ wins, and then they do a big rematch at SummerSlam.
When did you make these graphics?
A while ago. Why?
Because Ricochet still has the belt.
Ricochet's the champion.
Is AJ not the champion? Didn't he pick it up?
No, you didn't see what happened. Did you
No,
not pay attention?
Do you think I fucking watched it?
So what happened on Raw was AJ quote-unquote won, but when he got the pin, Ricochet's foot was under the bottom rope, which makes it technically a rope break. So John Cone runs down and tells the referee, you're wrong. You can't call this a title change. We can't let that happen. They go to commercial break. When they come back, they restarted the match, and Ricochet ended up beating AJ.
Fair enough.
Convoluted.
Have a nice day.
A lot of convoluted stuff to get to a commercial where you quote unquote can't wrestle during the commercial on Raw, but you can on SmackDown because they do picture in picture.
True.
So going forward, the WWE Championship on the line, we got Kofi Kingston defending against Samoa Joe, and last I heard, Kofi should be fine to go against Joe on Sunday, even though he did get hurt in his match against Dolph Ziggler on last Sunday.
So I wonder if him being hurt is maybe thinking, you know what? It's time.
I think Kofi retains.
Fuck here's the thing. I think Kofi retains. I want Joe to win.
Oh,
Joe cannot lose another title match, bro.
No, if I was picking out of who I want to win, I'm going to go Joe. If I'm picking of who I think's going to win based off of their booking, it's going to be Kofi. And I don't think Kofi loses that title till at least SummerSlam.
Give it to Joe. Give it to Joe. Give it to Joe. Give it to Joe.
I mean, I would like that, but I don't think that's what they're going to do.
Give it to Joe. Joe needs this fucking world title win. He needs it.
So finally. If what?
No, I was just going to say. He needs it.
In the main event, it is a Extreme Rules mixed tag team match with the Universal and Raw Women's Championship on the line. It's Becky and Seth, who have bad on-screen chemistry together.
God, it's the fucking worst.
Against Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin.
Now, let me say this.
I hated their thing with Corey Graves this week. When Becky was like, oh, if those two dopes want to get their heads knocked off, I'll knock their heads off. And then Seth was just like, yeah, what she said.
Look, here's what needs to happen. The only way I'll accept Seth and Becky winning is if Seth is wearing the man's man shirt.
Oh, Lord, the man's man.
Who the fuck thought, yeah, this will sell? Fuck me. Blasphemy that someone would think that. I'm getting tired of seeing Baron Corbin's face. I'm getting real stinky tired of Charlotte 2.0.
Vince loves them.
Becky and Seth are starting to get annoying, but I know they mean well, and I know they're doing their best. Their wrestling's still fucking fantastic, miles ahead of their competition. So I'm going to go ahead and take Becky and Seth.
Oh, you know that they're going to have to retain the titles. But it's like, I think Vince is really behind both Baron and Lacey. So I think even in defeat, they're still going to do something that, quote unquote, tries to make them look good. But at the same time, you also got to remember, they said that if Baron and Lacey lose, they can't challenge Becky or Seth for the titles anymore. So that leads me to believe that Becky and Seth win, and then they can go forward at wherever they're going to do at SummerSlam. It's crazy to think that SummerSlam is coming up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's not like next month.
Yeah, August. It's like second week of August.
God damn.
Coming up a lot sooner than we think. But that's the main event of a show that a lot of people are not that interested in.
Yeah, no kidding. Me included.
And those predictions were also the main event of this podcast. Almost. Nick, you posted a little video today.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I posted a video today where I wanted you guys to send in some of your takes, some of your hot takes, and I will respond to them. Let's take a look at what some of these people have said.
You got it, or you want me to read some of them off to you?
You can read some of them off to me.
All right, so we got one here. It says, I think Mortal Kombat is better than Ultra Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat superior. Street Fighter is literally the worst game. Not the worst game, but it's not great.
Here's one for you.
Go ahead.
The sport known as American football will die in the next 10 years.
The sport known as American football will die in the next 10 years. Yeah, I see it. Ratings have gone down significantly and injuries have spiked up a ton. I could see it being a very struggling sport in the same way that, like, hockey in the late 2010 era was like a struggling sport. You're going to see that from football soon.
Here's another one. Gangsta rap music was promoted to increase crime as the music executives have invested in private prisons.
I fucking couldn't tell you a thing about that, but I significantly doubt that. I highly doubt that. No.
Just looking at...
Do a couple more. Don't do any, I saw some of them. Don't do some of them.
Free healthcare is better than private insurance.
Sure. I don't know. I don't have either.
And here's the final one. This person says, I personally don't like The Office.
Good. I respect you, because The Office is an okay show. It's not great.
I don't know why people. How do you think about it, Tim? Do you like it?
No.
Dude, The Office is just
I've seen a couple episodes, never once laughed. I was like, what is this?
It's not awful, but it's just a show. I think shows now there's significantly better shows now than The Office ever was.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite shows is fucking Letterkenny. I love that show.
Letterkenny.
It's a really
I was just
good show.
introduced to that show recently.
Were you really?
I didn't really pay much attention, but it was on here.
You should. It's a great show. It's a great show. If you guys do want to send in hot takes so I can do more dedicated videos, because that's kind of what I want to roll out to this, is it's going to be a dedicated video up on the channel, probably every Wednesday, taking over what used to be the hot take. Send them in. You can use the hashtag #HighTakes. That's HIGH takes. Or you can also send a video into the text line, which would be cool if you are comfortable being on camera for part of it, because I would love to actually.
You can also send in voicemails to the text line.
You can also send voicemails to the text line, so you can do voice, you can do Twitter, you can shoot off a fucking firework on the fucking 10th of July, you can do a video, you can do a ton of stuff. I really want to know a lot of your guys' takes. It could involve wrestling, it could involve fucking games, it could involve the 1920 Great Depression in the United States. I don't care what it involves. I just want to respond to them. And I want to smoke weed and I want to talk to you guys because I feel like that's how we all get closer. But with that being said, that is going to wrap up this episode of the PWUnlimited Wednesday show, number 84. I have been Nick. You can follow me on Twitter at ArmWeek21. Chris McNutt with that final $2. Tim, you forgot about the Smackdown Live women's title match.
Oh, I did.
Bailey's
I apologize. Bailey's going to retain.
Yeah, Bailey's going to retain. Thank you very much, Tim. Where can they find you?
You can find me basically everywhere at Timmy Buddy.
Wonderful. I will see you guys next time. Send me all your hot takes so I can respond to them and give my own takes on them. And last but not least, call your mom. She probably misses you.
Have a good night, guys.
I love you.